The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing is a mouthful to say, and audacious as a title to boot. The first game was a sleeper hit, ushering in a welcome newcomer to the action RPG space that felt brand new yet familiar at the same time. With features such as an AI companion, an open-ended leveling system, and tower defense mixed in for a bit of variety, made the game stand out on the digital shelf full of Diablo clones. Neocore Games is back with The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing 2. It is currently in closed beta through the developer's website and can be played on Steam. Before beginning, you must choose the type of character to play as. Classes to choose from include Blade, which is a melee combatant, Gunslinger, which focuses on guns and ranged combat. Traditional Van Helsing is a mix of the two, as you can play melee and ranged, but picking Blade or Gunslinger just determines the skill tree. There's also the Spellkeeper, Adeptus, Bombardier, and the Contraptionist. The names are different, but the classes are largely the same as you'd find in other RPGs. There's also an option to create a custom character that was not available in this build, so I'm not sure what that entails just yet. Being a continuation from the prior game, you can actually import your character from the first game hassle-free. The closed beta only lets you select Veteran, which are for levels 31 to 60. Playing Normal is for levels 1 to 30, and as you'd guess, is much easier. As with the first game, you're still playing as the son of Abraham Van Helsing, and have the ghostly Katerina by his side. The story begins and doesn't give reference if this is the very beginning or a random point in the game, but it involves preparation for an attack on Borgovia, and I must prepare everyone and delegate orders to different front lines. Dialogue choices change, giving alternate paths with different outcomes. It's unclear what ramifications these will have over the course of the game. During my clicking, I ended up leveling several times to get a taste for how the skill tree works, which is largely unchanged from the first game, and explore different options. The questing is quite rewarding. What starts off as a simple task opens up and branches, creating an overarching quest. This really added to the experience as every little step was helping complete the bigger task, and really paid off once I finally completed it. What's being presented is an isolated questline to save a city from certain destruction. It's a bit of a shame that in the early goings that there's no wilderness to explore and vanquish monsters in. There's no multiplayer just yet, so I was not able to see anything about the co-op or the PvP that's promised, but the single player is perfectly viable solo. The game's look is unique, with the buildings and cottages given a distinct European design, where one would assume that this takes place near where you'd find Transylvania. The time or era in which things takes place follows that of a steampunk vibe, with mechanisms and weapon design. Everything is well detailed and looks and plays great in motion, without any hiccups or visual oddities. The game is narrowly improved from its predecessor, but is stunning every time you look at it. By the end of the beta, I found the current content to be short and sweet, as I clocked in only just over an hour in my initial run-through. While there's clearly some progress to be made, such as weapons still having placeholder names, inventory item pictures missing, and descriptions missing, The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing 2 is shaping up to be a fantastic, unique action RPG. With a release date set for April 17th, would-be monster hunters don't have to wait for long. I've put a link to the game in the description for those looking to grab it and get into the beta now.